Good morning to all. Today we will start with grade 9 physics class. Okay, first of all, convey wishes to you because you all are promoted to 9th standard. Am I right? Okay, so my best wishes for you. Today we will start with a new lesson. Okay, so let's get started. Due to lockdown, so we all are at home, right? Due to lockdown, so we all are at home. If you come outside of your home, okay, see, I don't compel you because this is so COVID-19 issues are going there. So I don't compel you. So if you come outside, okay, out of your home, so we can see so many things happen. Okay, for example, the vehicles which is running on the road, the birds which is flying in the sky, then dog is running on the land, then children's playing here and there, then the cloud which is moving in the sky. Okay, we can see so many things. Okay, these all phenomena show only one common thing. What is that? Okay, these all phenomena. Okay, I'll repeat again. Okay, so if you come outside from your home, okay, you can see the vehicles which is running on the road, okay, the birds flying in the sky, then dog is running on the land, then the clouds which is moving in the sky, then children playing here and there. These all phenomena show only one common thing. What is that? What is that? They all things are moving. The all things position changing from one place to another place. That change in position of the object is called, what is that? That is motion. Okay, today we will start with the new lesson, that is chapter 8, motion. Chapter 8, what is that? That is motion. Motion lesson. Chapter 8, that is motion. Okay, what is motion, sir? You may ask this, what is motion? Okay, in simple sentence I will say, motion means movement of the object. Okay, change in position of the object. Okay, in simple sentence I will say, motion means movement of the object or change in position of the object. What is the meaning for this? So motion means, what is that? Movement of the object. So movement of the object or change in position of the object. Position of the object, very easy. So what is the meaning of this? Okay, see, everyday life, okay, so many things are in motion. For example, okay, in our body, the blood cells which is moving from one part of the body to another part of the body. Okay, then the air particles which is moving from one place to another place. Then in this world, everything made up of atoms. An atom contains electrons. Electrons continuously revolving around the nucleus. Then all planets are revolving around the sun. Then galaxy also moving. Okay, so in everyday life, we see most of the things are in motion. Okay, so motion always around us. So motion. What is motion, sir? What is the exact meaning for motion? Okay, so motion is nothing but an object position changing with respect to time. An object position changing with respect to time. So that is known as motion. Very simple, very easy definition. Okay, I'll write on the board. So look at here. So definition for motion. An object changes its position with respect to time. This is very important. An object changes its position with respect to time. That is called motion. What is the meaning? That is definition. Okay, so what is the meaning? So look at here. I'll explain that. So let's get started with example. Okay. So I am standing in front of you. Okay, I am standing in front of you. Consider one mark on the board, that is position A. So I am standing very close to this position A. So when I move a little bit like this, my position has changed from that point to this point. Okay, this is point B. How long it has taken to move from this point to this point? So maybe this is 2 seconds. How much? 2 seconds. So when I move a little bit like this, my position has changed from this point to this point. So this is position C. How long it has taken? So maybe this is 1 second. Okay, so initially my position position was A, okay, with respect to 2 seconds, my position has changed from position A to B, which means point A to point B. Okay, after that, my position was B, with respect to 1 second, my position has changed from point B to point C. So this is called motion. Understood? So with respect to 3 seconds, my position has changed from point A to point B. So this is called motion. So whenever an object changes its position with respect to time, okay, that is called motion. So very easy definition. You understood? So initially my position was A, then after some time, my position has changed into C. How long it has taken? Maybe that is 3 seconds. So with respect to 3 seconds, my position has changed from point A to point C. You understood? So this is called motion. Very easy definition. You understood? So let's take another example. Consider one car. Consider one car. Now this car is in the position of A. Position of A. Okay. After a few minutes, okay, after 2 minutes, that car comes to position B. That car comes to position B. Okay, listen here. Initially, the car position was A. With respect to 2 minutes, that position, the car position has changed into B. Okay, so with respect to 2 minutes, the car position has changed from point A to point B. This is called motion. This is called motion. So keep in mind. So whenever an object position is changing with respect to time, okay, with respect to time, so we can say that body is in motion. Very simple. That body is in motion. So keep in mind. It's very simple. You understood? Okay. So next one. So first one definition for motion, what is that? First one definition for motion, what is that? An object changes its position with respect to time, so that is called motion. Okay, so there is another one definition. Okay, there is another one definition for motion. I'll write on the board. Look at that. Another one definition for motion, and an object changes its position with respect to some, okay, with respect to some reference point, this is very important. Okay, so first one definition for motion, what is that? An object changes its position with respect to time. That is first definition for motion. There is another one definition for motion, that is an object changes its position with respect to some reference point. What is that? Reference point. Okay. So first we will see what is reference point. First we will see what is reference point. Okay. Let's take example. If someone asks you, so where is your house? Where is your house? What will you say? Do you say my house is there or here, like that? No. If someone asks me, so where is my house? I will say my house is located 2 kilometers away from petrol pump, that is towards this direction. Okay. If someone asks me, so where is my house? I will say my house is located 1 kilometers away from the petrol pump towards east direction. You understood? So this is petrol pump. This is petrol pump. Okay, my house is here. My house is here. Okay, my house is located 1 kilometers away from the petrol pump. Okay, towards east direction. Okay, listen here. Here we can find my house with respect to, which means with the help of this petrol pump. Okay, so why? Because I can say my house is located 1 kilometer away from the petrol pump. Okay, so here we can describe my position of the house with the help of this petrol If petrol bunk is not here, if petrol bunk is not here, can you find my address? Which means can you find my house? No, you cannot find a position of the house. Okay, so with the help of this reference point, this reference point here, petrol bunk. With the help of these reference points, okay, we can find this. We can describe the position of the object. Am I right? Here, which is reference point? Which is reference point here? Here, petrol bunk is a reference point. This is reference point. This is reference point. With the help of this reference point, we can identify, we can describe the position of the object. So that is called reference point. Very easy. Okay. So reference point means nothing but reference point is a point from which position of the object is observed. Okay. Right on the board. Look at here. Reference point means nothing but very easy. Reference point. Okay, reference point is a point. It is a point from which position of the object is observed. Okay, position of the object is observed or change in position of the object is observed. So understood here, which is reference point. Petrol bunk is a reference point. Okay, so with the help of this reference point, so we can identify my house. So where it is located? Okay, my house is located 1 kilometers away from the petrol bunk towards this direction. If reference point, which means petrol bunk is not here, you cannot find my address. You cannot describe my house position. Alright, so this is called reference point. So reference point definition, it is a point from which position of the object is observed. You understood? It is a point from which position of the object is observed. That is called reference point. Okay. Now we will see what is the example? What is the explanation for this one? Okay. So what is this? That is the second definition for motion. An object changes its position with respect to some reference point. Okay, already we know what is reference point. What is reference point? It is a point. Okay, it's a point. Okay, from which the position of the object is observed. That is called reference point. Okay, so with the help of this reference point, okay, so we can identify whether the object is motion or rest. Understood? Okay, consider one tree is here. Consider one tree is here. One car which is parked in front of the tree. Consider one tree. One car is parked in front of the tree. Okay, actually that car is 4 meters. The car is 4 meters away from the tree. The car is 4 meters away from the tree. Okay. So after some time, after a few seconds, this is position A. First, the car is in the position A. After a few seconds, that car comes to position B. The car comes to position B. Okay. Now the car is 8 meters away from the tree. Now the car is 8 meters away from this tree. Okay. After a few seconds, the car comes to position C. The car comes to position C. Now the car is 10 meters away from the tree. 10 meters away from the tree. Okay, look at here. Initially the car position was A, after B and after C. Okay, in each case, in all the cases, we can describe the position of the object from this tree. Okay, in first case, okay, it means in position A, the car which is located 4 kilometers away from the tree. At position B, the car is located 8 meters away from the tree. In third case, the car is located 10 meters away from the tree. In all the cases, we can say the position of the object, which means the position of the car, with help of this reference point. Here, which is reference point? Tree is a reference point. Tree is a reference point. with respect to this reference point, with respect to this tree. Okay, so this is called, okay, this is called motion. Okay, here we can say the car is in motion because the car position continuously changing with respect to this reference point, with respect to this tree. So this is called motion. So whenever an object position changing with respect to reference point, we can say that object is in motion. Very easy. Is it clear? Okay, here in each case, in all the cases, okay, at position A, position B, position C, we can say, okay, so we can say car position from this tree. Tree is a reference point. Is it clear? Very simple. Okay, so let's take another one example. See, reference point means anything. It can be anything. Understood? So, okay, let's take another example. Consider 3 football players. This is player 1, player 1, player 2. This is player 3 football player. They are football players. Okay. Now consider one football. One football is here. One football is here. So in front of the player 1. Okay. Now the football position, that is A. Football position, that is A. The player 1, okay, the first player kicks the football towards second player. Second player. So here the football position has changed from player 1 to player 2. Now the football position, this is B. Okay. Is understood? Okay, listen here. Here, with the help of player 1, okay, this means from the player 1, the football position has changed. The football position has changed. The football position has changed from point A to point B. Understood? Next one, the second player kicks the football towards player 3. Okay. Now the football position, actually this is C. Understood? So from player 2, the football position has changed from position B to position C. Here which is called reference point. Player 1 acts as a reference point, okay, for this position of the ball. Player 2 acts as a reference point for this position of the ball. Understood? So here the ball position is continuously changing with respect to reference point. So whenever an object changes its position with respect to some reference point, we can say that object is in motion. Very easy one. Is it clear? Now can you get some idea about motion? What is motion? Okay, so finally conclude that what is motion? What is motion? An object position changes with respect to time. So that is called motion. Okay, so whenever an object position changes with respect to time, so we can say that the object is in motion. That is first example, first definition. Second one is that an object position changes. Okay, an object position changes with respect to some reference point. What is the reference point? Reference point means any point. Reference point means any point from which position of the object is observed or change in position of the object is observed. That is called reference point. Is it clear? Very simple one. Okay. So that's all about motion. So next one that is opposite to motion. What is this? Opposite to motion. Motion means what is that? Movement. Motion means movement, object position changing. That is motion. But next one topic that is opposite to motion. Can you get some idea? What is that? Opposite to motion. What is this? Opposite to motion. That is rest. That is rest. So next one, that is rest. Okay. You might have heard some word. Okay, I feel very bad. I need some rest. That is for general case. But in kinematics, okay, in motion, it has some special meaning, special definition. We will see that. What is rest, sir? Okay. So in motion, the object position changing. Alright, object position changing from one point to another point, one position to another position. But in rest, object position never change. Understood? Object position never change. Okay. For example, I am standing. Okay, I am standing in front of you. My position never change. Okay. still I'm standing on same position, same place. My position not changing. Okay, with respect to time, my position is not changing. Okay, I can say my body at rest. Understood? My body at rest. So whenever an object position doesn't change with time. Okay, we can say that object are at rest. You understood? Very easy. Okay, we will see the definition for rest. An object does not change its position. An object does not change its position. With respect to time. Okay, with respect to time or some reference point. Okay, so that is called rest. Consider one table. Consider one table. One book which is kept on the table. This is book. First, consider one table. So this is table. One book which is kept on the table. Okay. So this book positions never change. So we can say that book is in the state of rest. Okay. So this is for first example. So with respect to time, the book positions never change. The book doesn't change its position itself. So we can say the book at rest. Okay, this is for first explanation. Next, come to second definition for motion. What is that? An object changes position with respect to some reference point. Here, which is reference point? Which is object. Book is an object. Table is a reference point. Okay. So, with respect to this reference point, which means with respect to this table, the book position never changes. Book position never changes. We can say the book is in the state of rest. You understood? So, whenever an object position doesn't change with respect to time or with respect to some reference point, we can say that object that object is rest. Understood? Rest stage. Very simple. Okay. So this is a definition for rest. Okay. In motion, the position of the object changing, but in rest, the position of the object never changes. It's not at all changed. You understood? There is a difference between motion and rest. Is that clear? Okay. So next we will move on. Physical quantity. Next we will move on. What is the physical quantity? So next topic, physical quantity. This is basic topic for upcoming topics. The upcoming theories. So this is the basic one. So listen carefully. Physical quantity. So what is physical quantity, sir? Okay. Suppose you want to buy some fruits. You are going to a fruit shop. So what will you ask with the shopkeeper? So I need some fruit like this. I need some fruits like this. Okay. So you need to give some measurement. Am I right? So I need 2 kg fruits. Okay. 3 kg fruits. Like that. So we need to give some measurement. So here 2 kg and 3 kg. What is that? That is weight of the fruit. Am I right? Weight of the fruit. So we can measure weight. Okay, weight of something. So we can measure what is that? Weight. We can measure weight. Okay, suppose you are suffering from high fever. You are going to hospital. The first thing, the doctor will check your body temperature. Am I right? The doctor will check your body temperature. So we can measure temperature. Am I right? We can measure temperature. You can measure temperature. Okay. Can you measure your house length? Can you measure your house length? Yes, we can measure. So with the help of the measuring tape, we can measure our house length. Not only house length, this classroom length also we can measure with the help of measuring tape. Okay, so we can measure length. We can measure length. You understood? So weight, we can measure that. Okay, with the help of the physical balance, we can measure weight. Temperature, we can measure temperature. Okay, temperature of anything, we can measure that with the help of of thermometer. Next, length we can measure. We can measure the length with the help of the measuring tape and other devices. Okay. So likewise, we can measure mass of the object. We can measure that. Then intensity of light. Intensity of light, we can measure that. Next one, electricity, which means current. Electric current, we can measure that. Okay, listen here. We can measure weight of the object. We can measure temperature, length, mass, intensity of light, electric current. Okay, we can measure these all quantities. So the quantity which can be measured, okay, all measurable quantities are called physical quantities. Okay, all measurable quantities, whatever it is, all measurable quantities are called physical quantities. You understood? So we can measure weight of something, temperature, length, mass, intensity, electric current. Okay, not only this, so many things we can measure that. Okay, then what we cannot measure, sir? For example, feelings. Okay, the happiness, joyness, the love. Can you measure that? Can you measure the love, the happiness, sadness? We cannot measure that because that is not a physical quantity. So all measurable quantities are called physical quantities. Understood? All measurable quantities, whatever it is, can be mass, volume, temperature, length, whatever it is. So all measurable quantities are called physical quantities. Okay. Likewise, we cannot measure the feelings. Okay, the sadness, happiness, love, that and all we cannot measure that because it's not a physical quantities. Okay. So from this point, we can conclude. So if the quantity has both magnitude and direction, that is called vector quantity. So keep that in mind. It's very important point. This is very important. Vector and scalar is very important point. Okay, we will use later. Written here, first one, vector quantity. Okay, so if the physical quantity has both magnitude and direction, that is known as vector quantity. So it has both magnitude and direction. Very simple. Okay, this is magnitude and direction. If the physical quantity has both magnitude and direction, that is known as vector quantity. Is that clear? Vector quantity. Then another one quantity is that is scalar quantity. That is scalar quantity. Next one, that is scalar quantity. See, vector quantity has both magnitude and direction, but vector quantity has only magnitude. There is no direction. So it has only magnitude. It has only magnitude, no direction. There is no direction. Okay, listen here. Vector quantity has both magnitude and direction, but scalar quantity has only magnitude. Okay, so next question rises here. What is magnitude? What is magnitude, sir? So magnitude means nothing but very simple. Magnitude means numbers, the quantity, how much. That is magnitude. Okay, for example, we are getting 2 kg apple. 2 kg apple. Okay, here 2 is a magnitude, kg is a unit. You understood? Okay, so then 10 liters milk. 10 liters milk. Okay, here 10 is a magnitude and liter is a unit. So magnitude means nothing but the numerical value, numbers 1, 2, 3 like that. You understood? Next one, direction. So direction is already 8 directions are there. Okay, so it specifies only one direction, which means particular direction. Okay, so if vector quantity means nothing but, so if the quantity has both magnitude and direction, that is called vector quantity. Scalar quantity means nothing but, if the quantity has only magnitude, there is no direction, so that is called scalar quantity. Is that clear? Okay, I will conclude that. Look at here. Physical quantities. What is physical quantity? All measurable quantities are physical quantity. You understood? All measurable quantities are physical quantity. So we can measure weight, temperature, length, mass, intensity of light, electric current. You understood? Etc. So these all measurable quantities are physical quantity. So if the physical quantity has both magnitude and direction, that is called vector quantity. If the physical quantity has only magnitude, there is no direction, that is called scalar quantity. Is it clear? We will see later deeply. Look at that. What is magnitude? First of all, what is magnitude? Magnitude means nothing but numbers, numerical value 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. So in the example of 2 kg apple, 2 is the number, which means 2 is the magnitude, k is the unit. Okay. So in 10 liters of milk, 10 is a magnitude and liter is a unit. So magnitude means what is the numerical value 1, 2, 3 like that. So numbers, quantity, how much, that is. Next one, direction is what is that? It specifies particular direction. Particular direction only towards north, towards south, or towards east, towards west like that. You understood? So next one topic that is distance and displacement. Next one topic that is distance and displacement. So next one topic, distance and displacement. So most of the people are thinking, so both are same meaning. Distance and displacement both are same meaning. So most of the people are thinking like that. But in physics, in motion lesson, okay, distance differ from displacement. Displacement is differ from distance. You understand? So both are different from each other. There are some special meanings, special units, and special definition for that. Okay, so what is that, sir? Okay, first we will start with distance. Okay, you might have heard that word. The distance between the Trinity School and Namakkal is 4 km. The distance between Namakkal and Salem 60 km. The distance between Namakkal and Trichy, that is 80 km like that. So what is the exact meaning for distance, sir? That is question. Exact meaning, what is that? In kinematical we are going to see that. Consider one boy. That boy is standing here. That boy house is there. Okay, consider one boy. That boy is standing here. That boy house is there. That boy wants to go to his house. Okay, listen here. That boy can go to his house through this way, or this path, or this one. So this is path 1. This is path 2. This is path 3. This is path 4. Okay, listen here. This is path 1, path 2, path 3, path 4. Okay. Path 1 length. Okay, the distance between the boy and his house is maybe 5 kilometer. Then the second path length 8 kilometer, and third one 10 kilometer, and fourth one is 15 kilometer. 15 kilometer. So look at here. One boy is standing here. That boy house is there. That boy wants to go to his house. Okay. So that boy can go to his house. Okay. Through path 1, that is 5 kilometer length. Through path B, that is 8 kilometer length. Through path 3, that is 10 kilometer distance, which means length. Through path 4, that is 15 kilometer length. Okay. See, these all are the entire path length. Okay, the actual path length between the initial position of that boy and final position of that boy. Okay, this is initial position. Initial position of the boy. This is initial position. This is final position. Look at here. So that boy can go to this house. Okay, through this all path. Through this all paths. So these all path, this entire path length, that is called distance. That is called distance. What is distance, sir? Okay, the total path length. The total path length between initial position and final position of the object. Okay, which is object? The boy is object. Okay, the total path length, the entire path length between the initial position and final position, that is called distance. You understood? That is called distance. Distance is nothing but the total path length between initial and final position. That is called distance. Okay, for example, we can say the distance between Namakkal and Salem, that is 60 km. So Namakkal is the initial point, Salem is the final point. So the entire path length, okay, the total path length between Namakkal and Salem, that is 60 km. That is called distance. That is called distance. The entire path length which is covered by an object, that is called distance. Okay, so what is displacement, sir? What is displacement, sir? Okay, so this is here. This is the initial position of the object. This is final position of the object. Okay, the shortest distance between final position of the object and initial position of the object and final position of the object, that is called displacement. So this is displacement. So which is the shortest distance? This is the shortest distance between final position and initial position. This is only shortest position. So this shortest position of this object is called displacement. Okay, displacement means what is that? Displacement means what is that? Shortest distance. Shortest distance between final and initial position of the object. Okay, the shortest distance between final position and initial position of the object is called displacement. Okay, here this definition reveals the answer. Shortest distance. Am I right? Shortest distance. So displacement always occur only lesser than the distance. Okay, look at here. The first path, the distance how much? 5 km, and second one 8 km, third one 10 km, and fourth one 15 km. So what will be the distance of? Okay, what will be the distance of this displacement? Actually, that is lesser than the distance. So it can be 3 km. It can be 3 km. Why? Because this is the shortest distance. This is the shortest distance between 2 points. So the displacement always occur which means the displacement is always lesser than the distance value. Okay, if the distance value is 10 km, then displacement value will be 7 km or lesser than 10 km like that. Okay, that is the difference between distance and displacement. So what is distance? The total path length, the entire path length between initial position of the object and final position of the object. You understood? That is called distance. But what is displacement? So which is shortest distance? Okay, which is shortest distance between final position of the object and initial position of the object? Okay, that is called displacement. Okay, let's see with another example. It's another example. So Namakkal is here. Namakkal, Salem is here. Namakkal, Salem is here. So you want to go Salem. Okay, so from Namakkal. This is Tichamur is here. Tichamur is here. Then Thuraiyur is here. Previously. Okay, so you ask, so you are in now the question, you want to go Salem. Okay, is that here you can go we can go to Salem through Trichandur to Salem, and you can go through Thurayur to Salem. You understood? You are standing on the normal bus stand. You want to go Salem. You can go to Salem through Trichandur to Salem, or otherwise Thurayur to Salem. You understood? So this path length may be 60 kilometer. Okay, that path length 100 kilometer. Okay, so this 60 kilometer and 100 kilometers, what is that? That is distance. That is entire path length. Okay, entire path length between initial position of the object and final position of the object. Okay, which is initial position, Namakkal is initial position, and Salem is a final position. Okay, so the entire path length between this Namakkal and Salem, that is distance. You understood? But what is displacement, sir? What is displacement? The shortest distance. Okay, that will be only one shortest distance. This shortest distance between initial position and final position, this is called displacement. That is called displacement. Okay, one path length, that is 100 km, another path length 60 km. So what will be the distance of displacement? Okay, that will be lesser than the distance, so it can be 40 km. This is for an example. Okay, this can be 40 km. Is it clear? This simple. So finally conclude that what is distance? So distance means the entire path length. Okay, the entire path length covered by an object from initial position to final position, that is called distance. But what is displacement, sir? So which is shortest distance? Which is shortest distance between the initial position and final position, or initial point from initial point to final point? So that is called displacement. The displacements always occur in lesser than, which means displacement always lesser than the distance value. Very easy. Keep the new answer. Keep this concept in your mind. Is it clear? Next one. So what is the unit, sir? So what is the unit of this distance and displacement? First one, unit of distance. First one, unit of distance. Second one is unit of displacement. Unit of distance and displacement. You understood? See, so many units are there. Okay, so many units are there. To measure distance, the length between 2 points, so many units are there. So millimeter, centimeter, meter, okay, and kilometer. So many units are there. But SI unit of distance, only meter. What is SI unit, sir? Okay, that is standardized unit. Okay, that is standardized unit. System international unit. It is worldwide level. SI unit seen. So wherever you go, SI unit never change. So the SI unit of this distance, that is meter. What is that? Meter. So next one, what is the unit of displacement, sir? Displacement unit also same, that is also meter. That is also meter. Okay, so both quantity has same unit. SI unit of distance, meter. Even SI unit of displacement also meter. Is it clear? Okay. So next one, whether it is vector quantity or scalar quantity, sir. Okay, already we have seen what is vector quantity and what is scalar quantity. Now we are going to see whether it is vector quantity or scalar quantities. This is for both distance and displacement. Okay, listen here. So mention the direction: north, south, east. Then this is west. North, south, east, west. This is northeast. This is southeast. This one southwest, and this one northwest. Is it clear? These are the 8 positions. Look at here. So now we are going to see distance, whether it is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Look at here. So already we know what is vector quantity and what is scalar quantity. Okay, the quantity which has both magnitude and direction, that is called vector quantity. What is that? Vector quantity. So vector quantity has both magnitude and direction. What is magnitude? Number. What is magnitude? Number. So look at here. Here, which is number here? Which is magnitude here? 8 kilometer. 8 kilometer, 5 kilometer, then 10 kilometer, 15 kilometer. So that and all. What is that? Magnitude, because the numerical value numbers. So the distance has, what is that? Distance has magnitude. Distance has, it has magnitude. It has magnitude. Okay, look at here. The length between 2 points. Okay, which means from initial point to final point. That is called magnitude. So 5 kilometers is a magnitude, 8 kilometer, 10 kilometer, and 15 kilometer. That is called magnitude. So this is called distance. So distance has magnitude. That is the distance has magnitude. So what about the direction, sir? What about the direction? So look at here. So this is the path of. Okay, this is the journey path of this boy. Am I right? Look at that. Initially, that boy started his journey from which direction? This is west direction. West direction. After some time, that boy moves towards northwest direction, and after some time towards north, and finally comes to northwest direction. Okay, so in every point, that boy direction changing. Am I right? The boy direction changing. So we should not consider the direction because here direction continuously changing. Okay, this is not only for path 1. Let's take a path 2, 3, 4, so whatever it is, in distance, the direction continuously changing. Okay, let's take example path 4. The boy moves towards path 4 here. The boy started his journey from southwest direction. After some time, the boy goes towards south, then southeast, then finally comes to east direction. Okay, so every point, that boy direction continuously changing. So we should not consider that. Understood? So the distance. So distance has only magnitude, there is no direction. So that is under the category of that is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. So distance is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity because in distance the direction is continuously changing. Every point direction continuously changing. The position of the objects continuously, direction of the object continuously changing. So we should not consider that. So distance has only magnitude, there is no direction. Okay, so that's why it's under the category of scalar quantity. Okay, now next one. Now we will see next one, that is displacement. Next one, what is that? Displacement. So what is displacement, sir? Already we know what is displacement. The shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, this is the displacement. This is displacement. So look at here. That boy is standing here. Okay, that boy started his journey from this direction, west direction. West direction. That boy only moved towards northwest direction. There is no change in direction. Okay, so which specifies particular direction, only one direction. Which direction? From west to northeast direction. Understood? Or otherwise comes from southwest direction to northeast direction. So this displacement has, what is the displacement has direction. So it has displacement, it has direction. Okay, so what about the magnitude, sir? Look at here. So already we know what is displacement. The shortest distance between the final portion and initial portion. Okay, what is the distance? What is the distance? 3 kilometers. Okay, 3 kilometers. What is it? 3 kilometers means that is magnitude. So the displacement has both direction as well as magnitude. So if the quantity has both magnitude and direction, what is that? That is vector quantity. So displacement is a vector quantity. This is vector quantity. Easy one. Displacement is a vector quantity. Look at here. Is it okay? We have it out. Okay? We will finally conclude that. Distance it has only magnitude, there is no direction because in every point the direction continuously changing. That y direction continuously changing, we should not consider that. So but it has only magnitude, so that's why it's under the category of scalar quantity. Next one comes to displacement. Okay, this y displaces. Okay, this y represents only one direction. Okay, which is that y direction is only one direction, so it has direction as well as magnitude. 3 kilometers is a magnitude. So displacement has both magnitude and direction, so that's why it's under the category of what is that? Vector quantity. Very easy one. Is it clear? So mathematically, the displacement has one formula, that is displacement that is equal to final position whose position? Object position. Okay, final position of the object minus initial position of the object. Final position of the object minus initial position of the object. Okay, if you subtract final position of the object minus initial position of the object, we can get displacement magnitude value. So that is the formula for displacement. Final position of the object minus initial position of the object. Is it clear? Yes. Next. Next, we are going to use this formula. Next, we are going to find out distance value as well as displacement value. So displacement formula, what is that? Displacement that is equal to final position of the object minus initial position of the object. That is a formula, mathematical formula for displacement. Now we are going to use that formula. First one, displacement can be 0. First one, displacement can be 0. How it is possible, sir? Displacement can be 0. Okay, we'll start that. Look at here. Consider one object. Consider one car. Okay, consider one car. The car starts its journey from point A. After some time, okay, after a few minutes, that object comes to position B. The distance between the point 1 and point 2, this is 10 kilometer. How much? 10 kilometer. You understood? Consider one car. The car starts its journey from point A. So which is initial point? This is initial point. This is initial position. This is initial position. Initial position of the car. Okay. So after some time, the car comes to position B. Okay. Then the car moves along the same path, reaches again position B. Again position A. Is it clear? It's very simple. I'll explain again. Consider one car. The car starts the journey from point A. Okay. After some time, the car reaches position B. Okay. Position B. And again moves along the same path to come to position A. Okay, so this is initial position and this final position. Final position also same. You understood? Final position also same. So this is initial position. That is also final position. Final position. That is also final position. Okay. So now find out what is the distance and what is the displacement. Okay. First we will find out distance. Okay, already we know what is the distance, the total path length covered by an object. Okay, total path length covered by an object. Okay, so what is total point? Here total point is equal to AB plus BA. Okay, why? Because the car first starts its journey from point A to B and again comes to point A. Understood? So distance is equal to AB plus BA. What is the AB length? That is 10 kilometer. Then BA length, that is also 10 kilometer. 10 kilometer. So what is the total distance? So 10 kilometer plus 10 kilometer, that is equal to 20 kilometer. Understood? 20 kilometer, that is for distance. What about the displacement, sir? Displacement. Next one, displacement. So already we have a formula to find what is displacement. What is displacement formula? The final position minus initial position. So, final position of the object. Okay, here car, final position minus initial position. Final position minus initial position. Okay, so which is final position here? A is a final position. Okay, A is a final position and which is initial position? Again A also initial position. Now what is here? What is the displacement? Here the final position coincides with the initial position. What is the displacement? Displacement 0. Okay, there is no displacement here. Displacement 0 because we have displacement formula final position and initial position. Sorry, final position minus initial position. Okay, here final position coincides with initial position. So displacement 0, which means 10 kilometer minus 10 kilometer, that is equal to 0. So keep in mind, it's very important point. So whenever the final position of the object coincides with initial position, then there will be no displacement. There will be no displacement. Is it clear? So whenever final position coincides with initial position, there is no displacement. Very important point. There is no displacement. Here displacement 0. Why? Because final position of the car coincides with initial position. So already we know displacement formula, final position minus initial position. So 10 km minus 10 km, that is equal to 0. Okay. Next one is okay. Very simple. Very simple. Next one. Next one, displacement. Displacement and distance. Displacement and distance. Magnitude. Displacement, distance, magnitude can be same. Okay, so next one case, displacement and distance, magnitude. What is magnitude? The numerical value 1, 2, 3 like that. The numerical value will be same. Consider one object, same car. Consider same car. That car starts its journey from point A. That car starts its journey from point A, and after some time that car reaches position B. The length between point A and B, that is 7 kilometer. Length between point A and B 7 kilometer. You understood? Isn't it? Consider one car. The car starts its journey from point A, and after some time the car comes to position B. The length between point A and point B, that is 7 kilometer. Okay. Now you find out the distance and displacement. First we will find distance. We will see distance. Okay. So what is distance? Already what is distance? The entire path length. The entire path length covered by the object. Here, which is entire path? AB is the entire path. Am I right? AB is a total path. What is the total path of AB? Total length of AB? How much? 7 kilometers. So here, distance 7 kilometer. Distance 7 kilometer. What is displacement, sir? What is displacement? What is displacement? Displacement already what is displacement formula? Final position minus initial position. Okay, what is final position here? Final position B. Initial position A. This is initial position. Initial position of what? Initial position of car. This is final position of the car. Okay, so displacement formula. Final position minus initial position. Final position B. Initial position A. Okay, this is 0. This is 7. So 7 minus 0 how much? 7 kilometer. Here displacement also 7 kilometer. Okay, so this is here, keep that in mind. So whenever an object moves, okay, straight path. Whenever an object moves in a straight path, okay, here distance and displacement magnitude will be same. Keep that in mind. Very simple. Whenever an object moves along a straight paths, okay, here distance and displacement magnitude will be same. Okay, here this distance also 7 kilometer, displacement also 7 kilometer. This is second case. Is it clear? Very easy one. Okay. So next we will start with numericals, which means problems. So problems always problem for you, right? So this is very easy formula. You don't get money. So we will see the numericals. Numericals will be very helpful for you. Listen carefully. Numericals. First one numerical. I'll take book because I need to write questions. An object 4 meter towards east and 3 meter towards north. So find the distance and displacement. Find the distance and displacement. Okay, I'll say again, look at here. An object moves 4 meter towards east direction and 3 meter towards north direction. Find the distance and displacement. Find the distance and displacement. Look at here. Consider one object. Object is here. That object first moves towards 4 meter towards east. Okay, 4 meter. This is east. That object moves 4 meter towards east direction and 3 meter towards north direction. This is north. The object moves 3 meter towards north direction. Here, find out the distance and displacement. Find out the distance and displacement. Okay, so here the object starts journey from this point and finally comes to that point. You understand here? Which is initial point? This is final point. This is initial point. This is final point. You understood? So first we will find that. What is that? Distance. First we will find out distance. Already you know what is distance. The entire path length covered by the object. The total path length covered by the object. That is called distance. Here, so what is the total path length? Okay, so here now to understand that you give name. This is A, position A. This is position B. This is position C. The position A, position of the object A, B, C. Okay, this is initial point. This is final point. Okay, so this is called what is that? Total path covered by the object. This is equal to AB plus BC. This is total path. AB plus BC. So AB value how much? 4 meter plus BC value 3 meter. So 4 meter plus 3 meter, that is equal to totally how much? 7 meters. 7 meters. So this is distance. This is distance covered by the object, totally 7 meters. So what is displacement, sir? What is displacement? So already you know what is displacement. The shortest distance between final position and initial position. Okay, or initial position to final position. That is called displacement. Here which is initial position, final position. This is initial position, this is final position. So this shortest distance between initial position and final position, this is called displacement. Now we are going to find this value. Okay, so this is right angle triangle. Am I right? This is right angle triangle. It's a 90-degree angle, right angle triangle. Okay, so in this situation, what formula we can use? Pythagoras theorem. Am I right? We can use Pythagoras theorem. So, what is Pythagoras theorem? What is Pythagoras theorem? What is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is nothing but, okay, so angle is here. This is opposite to this angle. Okay, what is this one? This is hypotenuse. Am I right? So, according to Pythagoras theorem, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. Am I right? So this is hypotenuse. This square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. This is first opposite side. This is second opposite side. So which means we can write this AC square, that is equal to AB square plus BC square. Am I right? AB square plus BC square. Okay, listen here, very simple concept. You already studied the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras, what is Pythagoras theorem? So this is right angle triangle. Okay, this is right angle triangle. So the opposite to this angle, hypotenuse. Okay, so in this situation we can use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so according to Pythagoras theorem, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of square of two opposite sides. Okay, which means this is AC square. This AC square, that is equal to this AB square and BC square. Am I right? Very easy. Next one. So what is this AB value? 4 meter. AB 4 meter and BC 3 meter. So AB value 4 meters. So 4 square plus BC 3 square. How much? What will 4 square plus 3 square? 4 square. How much? 16. 4 square is 4 square 16, then 3 square 9. So 16 plus 9, how much? 16 plus 9, how much? I don't know, tell me. So this is 25. 25. So AC square, that is 25. So what is AC? So AC, that is equal to root of 25. AC, that is equal to root of 25. You understood? So now take the root value. For 25, what is that? So AC, that is equal to 5 meters. You know, if you take root for 25, you can get 5. So AC value 25. Is it clear? So keep it in mind. So already got that. The displacement value always lesser than the distance value. Here, what is distance value? Distance value is 7 meter. What about displacement value? That is 5 meter. So displacement always lesser than the distance value, because that is the shortest distance. That is shortest distance between 2 points. Is it clear? Very easy. Is there any doubt? Very easy one. So next one, numerical. Second numerical, an object moves 8 meter towards east, 5 meter towards north, and 4 meter towards east. Find the distance and displacement. Find the distance and displacement. Okay, listen here. An object moves 8 km towards east and 5 km towards north and again 4 meter towards east. Now find out the distance and displacement value. First we will find out distance value. So distance. Okay, so draw the diagram. That object moves 8 km towards east. The object starts moving from this point. Okay, consider this point A. That object moves 8 meter towards east. This is east. That object moves 8 meter. Okay, and again 5 meter towards north. This is 5 meter towards north. Then again 4 meter towards east. This is east. Then again moves 4 meter towards east. Is it clear? This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Okay, this ABC point for this are convenient. Look at here. So this is initial position. This is initial position of the object, and this is final position of the object. This is final position of the object. So what is the displacement here? We already know what is displacement. The shortest distance between initial position and final position. This is called displacement. So this is called displacement. Am I right? Look at here. First we will find distance. So distance, first one, distance. What is distance? The entire path length which is covered by the object. Here which is entire path AB, BC and CD. That is entire path. So here distance is equal to AB plus BC then plus CD. So totally what? How much value? 8 meter. AB 8 meter plus BC 5 meter plus CD 4 meter. So 8 meter plus 5 meter plus 4 meter, how much? Totally 8 plus 5, 13, 13 plus 4, 17. Totally 17 meter. So distance value how much? 17 meter. Next we will find out displacement. Next one, that is displacement. Already know displacement. The final position of the object minus initial position of the object. That is called displacement. Here which is final position, this is initial position. This is final position of the object, this is initial position of the object, and this is final position of the object. Okay, so look at, in order to understand, look at here. So we need this area length. Okay, so look at here. If it is 5 meter, this is also 5 meter. Okay, so you enlarge this, you extend this value, here also you extend this one. So if it is 5 meter, this side also 5 meter. Why? because this is parallel to this one. That is parallel to this one. Okay, so if it is 4 meter, this value also 4 meter. Why? Because both are parallel to each other. If it is 4 meter, this is also 4 meter. Okay, so name of this is E. That is C. Look at here, angle is here. Now angle is here. Okay, the opposite side of the angle, what is this? This is hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse. Now we can take Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? The hypotenuse, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. You understood? The square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. Okay, which means this AD square, this AD square is equal to AE square plus DE square plus DE square. Okay, so we have to find out this value, AD square value. Look at that. So AE value how much? AE value how much? So 8 meter plus 4 meter. How much totally? 8 plus 4 totally 12 meter. So 12 square plus DE value. This is D, this is E. How much value? 5 meter. So 5 square. How much? 12 square. How much? 144. 144 plus 5 square 25. 25. Okay, 144 plus 25. How much? 169. 169. So this is the value for AD square. Okay, what is AD value? So AD that is equal to root of 169. Okay, AD value is root of 169. From this we can get AD value. So if you take root for this 169, we can get 30 meter. So listen here. So the displacement value just 30 meter. Distance value 17 meter. Displacement value 13 meter. You understood? Very simple. So already you know the displacement always lesser than the distance. What is the distance value? 17 meter. But displacement value just 13 meter. You understood? Very simple. Okay, next one numerical. I am going to do totally 3 numericals. These are very fundamental numericals. So this type of questions are also given in worksheets. It will be very useful for you. So last numerical. Third numerical. An object is moving. An object is moving a circular path. A circular path of radius 7 meter. Radius, how much radius? Just 7 meter. Okay. Now find distance and displacement. Find distance and displacement. Find the distance and displacement. Okay. Two subtopics are there. First one, after one rotation, then second one after half rotation. After half rotation. Okay, listen here. I say that question. An object is moving a circular path of radius 7 meter. Find the distance and displacement, okay, after one revolution and after half revolution. Understood? After one revolution and after second one after half revolution. Is it clear? Okay, we will solve that. First one, an object is moving a circular path. So an object moving a circular path. Okay, radius value how much? This radius value 7 meter. Okay, an object moves a circular path of radius 7 meter. Find the distance and displacement. Understood? First we will find out distance value. First we will find out distance value. Look at here, an object is moving in a circular path. Okay, which means this is initial point. This is initial point of the object. This This is initial point of the object. An object moving in a circular path. Okay. Now we are going to find what is the distance and displacement value after one revolution. Sorry, one rotation. This is for first one. After one rotation. Rotation or revolution? Rotation. After one rotation, what is the distance value and displacement value? First one distance value. First one distance value. Look at here. This object actually is moving the boundary of the circular path. Okay, boundary of the circular path. So here distance is equal to circumference of the circle. Alright? Because that object is moving in a circular path. In a circular path. So here distance which is equal to circumference of the circular path. Circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle. Okay, I'll write this side. See, don't be panic. The ninth syllabus numericals are very easy. Don't be panic. So this distance that is equal to circumference of the circle. You understood, because the object moving in a circular path. So what is the circumference formula for circle? Circumference formula for circle, what is it? 2 pi r. So distance that is equal to 2 pi r. Distance that is equal to 2 pi r, because that object moving in a circular path, which is equal to circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle formula 2 pi r. Am I right? Okay. So here 2 into pi value how much? Pi value 22 by 7. This is pi value. Next one, what is r value? Radius value. R means what is that? Radius. So radius value 7 meter. So 7 cancel. 2 into 22 how much? 44 meter. So distance value how much? 44. So this is for after one rotation. After one rotation, the object covered the distance 44 meter. Now what is the displacement? What is the displacement formula? Final position of the object minus initial position of the object. Final position of the object minus initial position of the object, that is the displacement formula. Okay, here which is final position. Okay, listen here. You have to understand the listen here. An object starts its journey. Okay, which means moving from this point. This is initial point. After one rotation, again that object comes to same position. Alright. Again that object comes to same position. So final position coincides with initial position. Alright, final position coincides with initial position. So already I thought. So whenever the final position of the object comes to initial position, what is the displacement value? Displacement value is 0. Okay, because the final position coincides with initial position. Understood? So here displacement. What is that? Displacement value 0. Very simple. Is it clear? Displacement value 0, because final position coincides with initial position. So we have formula final position minus initial position. So final position coincides with initial position. So automatically displacement value is 0. Okay. Next one, this is for after one rotation. Next we are going to find after half rotation. After half rotation. So what is the distance value and displacement value after half rotation? First one, distance. Okay, first one distance. Okay, look at here. An object starts moving here. This is the initial point. Okay, the initial point, the object continuously moving, okay, along the boundary of the circle and comes to this position. So this is a half. This is a half part. So this is a final position. This is a final position of the object. So this is final. This is initial position. This is final position. Am I right? Here, this is the shortest distance between two points. So this is the shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, so this is initial position and this is final position after after half rotation. Is it clear? This is final question, this is initial question. Okay, now we are going to find the distance and displacement for this half rotation. You understood? So here distance that is equal to circumference of the circle. What is circumference of the circle? This is for one circle. Okay, this is for one rotation. Okay, here the object completes only half rotation. So here distance that is equal to how much? Equal to 2 pi r. Distance is equal to 2 pi r. This is for one rotation. Here the object completes only half rotation. So into 1 by 2. You understood? Because the object completes only half rotation. So 2 cancel. We can get only pi into r. Pi into r. Is it clear? Okay. What is the pi value? 22 divided by 7. That is pi value into r value radius. So radius of the circle that is 7 meter. So 7 cancel. So we can get 22 meter. So distance value how much? Distance value just 22 meters. Okay. Now we will find out displacement value. Next we will find out displacement value. Is it clear? So displacement value. Look at here. What is the displacement formula? Final question minus initial position. Look at that. So final position minus initial position. Final position minus initial position. This is final position. This is final position. This is initial position. So look at that. So the shortest distance between final position and initial position. This is equal to displacement. Right? This is displacement. This is displacement. Am I wrong? Okay. So this is initial point, this is final point. This shortest distance between this final point and initial point, this is called displacement. So now we are going to find out the displacement. Okay, look at here. This displacement is equal to diameter. Alright? This displacement is equal to diameter. Okay, so already we know this radius value. How much? Radius how much? 7 meter. So if it is 7 meter, that is also 7 meter. So here displacement that is equal to radius plus radius. Okay, this part and this part. So radius plus radius equal to how much? Radius value how much? 7 meter plus 7 meter, that is equal to 14 meter. So this is displacement. Displacement value how much? 14 meter. So already we know displacement always lesser than the distance. So distance value 22 meter, displacement value 14 meter. Or otherwise radius that is equal to diameter by 2. Okay, alright. Radius that is equal to diameter by 2. Okay, so radius already we know 7 that is equal to diameter by 2. Okay, and this we need diameter. Okay, because after half revolution, now comes to base. This is equal to diameter of the circle. So when this term comes this side, 2 into 7, the diameter 2 that is equal to d. So diameter is equal to 14 meter. This is another method to find the displacement. Very easy one. Is it clear? So that's all about numericals. See, numericals also numericals are very easy. Okay, you don't panic. Very easy. So next one. So next we are going to see about motion along a straight line. Motion of the object along a straight line. Next one, motion of an object so along a straight line. Motion of an object along a straight line. We consider one straight path. motion along a straight path. So this is not a straight. Okay, listen here. Each measurement represents 5 kilometer. Okay, this is measured in kilometer. This is O, C, B, A. Okay, that are the position of the object at different instance. Position of the object at different instance. You understood? Okay. First, we are going to see. Consider an object. Consider an object here, like car. Consider an object. That is car. Consider an object. That object starts its journey. That object starts its journey from point O. On point O, it is moved through C and B and reaches A. Now, what is the distance and displacement? Okay, so see distance. This is case 1. Consider this is case 1. In case 1, what is the distance value and displacement value? Okay, look at here. Consider an object. That object starts its journey from point O, which is moves through C, B, and finally comes to position B. Position B, how much? 60 km. Now find the distance and displacement value. Okay, what is the distance? The entire path length. The entire path length covered by object. Okay, what is the entire path length? That is equal to 60 km, which means O A. Entire path length this is equal to O A. So distance value that is 60 km. Distance value is 60 km. So next, what is the displacement value? What is the displacement value here? Okay, already we know what is displacement. The final position minus initial position. Okay, final position minus initial position. That is called what is the displacement value? Which is final position here? So this is initial position. This is initial position of the object, and this is final. Okay, for first case this is final position. First case this is final position of the object. So displacement that is equal to final position minus initial position. Final position how much? 60. Okay, so final position is equal to 60 minus initial position 0. So what is the displacement value? That is 60. So displacement that is equal to 60 kilometer. Okay, already said that. So whenever an object moves along a straight path here, our distance and displacement will be same. Okay, so here the object moves along a straight path, so distance and displacement is same. Okay, distance value and displacement value is same. This is 60 kilometer. Displacement also 60 kilometer. So next case 2. Understood? Consider same object. That object starts its journey from point O, which is moves through C, B, and reaches position A. And again moves along the same path, reaches position B. Here, which is final position, B is the final position. This is final position. You understood? So listen here. An object starts its journey, okay, from point O. After some time, reaches position A and moves along the same path and moves along the same path like this. Moves along the same path and comes to position B. Now find out the distance value, displacement value. Okay, this is the final position. This is initial position and this is final position. Okay, first one, distance. What is distance? So already we know what is distance. The entire path length. Okay, the total path length which is covered by the object. Here, what is the total path? First, the object starts journey from O and reaches A. So this is equal to OA and moves back along the same path. So then that is equal to AB. So this is distance, the total path length covered by the object. So OA will be how much? 60 km. OA 60 km. Then AB, this is A, this is B. So each side represents 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so plus 25. AB that is equal to 25. So 60 plus 25 km, how much totally? 85 km. 85 km. So this is distance. This is distance. What is the displacement, sir? Displacement is very easy. What is displacement, sir? Displacement. What is the displacement formula? Final position minus initial position. That is equal to displacement formula. Here, which is final position, which is initial position. This is final position. Alright. This is final position and this is initial position. Okay. Final position value how much? 35. Initial position value 0. So 35 minus 0. 35 kilometer minus 0. What is that? 35 only. So displacement is equal to 35 kilometer. Displacement equal to 35 kilometer. So already we know this displacement is always lesser than the distance. So distance value 85 and displacement value 35. This is another one case. So next is the third case. Case 3. So I will write here. Case 3. Look at the next one. That is case 3. Look at one object. That object starts its journey from point O. Consider one object. That object starts its journey from point O. Okay. After some time, this reaches position A and moves back along the same path and finally reaches position C. Okay. Reaches position C. Okay, here this is final position, this is final position. This is final position. Okay, I will say again, this is here. Consider an object, that object starts its journey from point O. Okay, after some time this reaches position A and moves back along the same path come to position. Okay, that object comes to position C. So this is initial position, this is final position. Now find out the distance value and displacement value. First one, distance. Already distance, the entire path length is covered by the object. What is entire path length? Entire path length is equal to OA plus AB plus BC. That is equal to OA value how much? 60 km plus AB value 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 km plus BC value 5, 10 value how much? 60 plus 25, 85 plus 10, 95. So 95 kilometers. This is for distance. This is for distance. Next, find out the displacement value. Next, find out displacement value. What is displacement? The final position minus initial position. That is called displacement. Okay, here which is final position and this is initial position. This is final position. This is final position and this is initial position. Okay, final position points at 25 km and initial position points at 0 km. So 25 km minus 0. What is the value? 25 km. So displacement that is equal to 25 km. 25 kilometers. So look at here, distance value 95 and displacement value 25. So displacement is always lesser than the distance value. That is true here. So next one. Next, case 4. Next one, case 4. What is case 4, sir? Look at that. Consider an object, Okay. Consider an object starts its journey from point O and reaches, after some time reaches position A and moves back along the same path, again comes to position O. Is it clear? Let's say again. Consider an object starts its journey from point O, after some time it reaches position A and moves back along the same path and reaches the position O. So here which is initial point, which is final point. This is initial point and final point also, that is okay, initial point, which means final point coincides with initial point. So this is also final point. Okay, now find out the distance. So distance, what is distance? The total path length covered by the object. Here total path length that is equal to OA plus AO. So this is equal to OA value how much? This is what? This is OA value what? 60 km. Then plus AO. This is what? AO also 60 km. So totally 120 kilometer. So distance value how much? Distance value 120 kilometer. What is the displacement value? What is the displacement value here? So displacement that is equal to final position minus initial position. Here which is final position, which is initial position? Final position coincides with initial position. Okay, final position coincides with initial position. So displacement value 0. Displacement that is equal to 0. Okay, because final position coincides with initial position. So the displacement value becomes 0. So already I thought that whenever the final position of the object coincides with the initial position, then displacement will be 0. Is it clear? It's a very simple concept. Okay. So next one. Is it clear? It's a very simple concept. Okay. Try to understand the concept. Don't get memorized anything. So next one, uniform or non-uniform motion. Okay, next we'll see uniform or non-uniform motion. Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Okay, first we'll start with uniform motion. First, we start with uniform motion. Okay. So the title you will see answer uniform motion. Uniform motion. Uniform we can say equal. Okay. Uniform means we can say in other words equal. So something which shows equal motion, that is called uniform motion. Something which shows equal motion. Okay. To understand that, consider one object. Okay. For example, consider one car. See, most of the cases we are taking only car. Okay. So consider one car. That car starts moving here. That car starts moving from point A. Okay. At zero time, the object at rest. Clearly with your mind. At zero time, the object at rest. Okay. Consider one object. That object starts moving from point A. Okay. After 10 minutes, the car covers 2 kilometer distance. After 10 minutes, the car covers how much? 2 kilometer distance. Then, next 10 minutes, the car covers again 2 kilometer distance. Okay. Even next 10 minutes also, the car covers same 2 kilometer distance. 2 kilometer distance. Even next 10 minutes also, the car covers same 2 kilometer distance. Wait, listen here. You don't get confused. So here 2 is here, 4 is here, 6 is here, 8 is here. How it is possible to cover 2 kilometers? So listen here. The object starts generally from point O. Okay, at rest, the object covers 0 kilometer. Okay, which means distance 0. Okay, so first 10 minutes, this is first 10 minutes, the car covers how much? 2 kilometer. Okay, yeah, within 20 kilometers from 0 second, the car covers totally 4 kilometer. But already the car covers 2 kilometer for first 10 minutes. So 4 minus 2, this is 2 kilometer. So likewise all. So here also 6 minus 4, 2 kilometer. Then 8 minus 2, this is also 2 kilometer. Okay, so with respect to this 0 second, okay, up to 4 or 40 minutes, the car covers 80 kilometer. Okay, but so if we subtract these both, okay, because up to 30 minutes, the car covers 6 kilometer. Okay, we need just 10 minutes only. So if you subtract this one and that one, we can get 2 kilometer. Okay, here also the difference between The time is 10 minutes. Okay, because the object starts journey at 0 minutes. Okay, here also this is equal to 10 minutes. If you subtract this, we can get 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, listen, they come to the point. The object covers equal distances. Okay, 2 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 2 kilometer. The object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. This is 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, the object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. That is called uniform motion. So whenever the object covers equal distances in equal interval of time, okay, that motion is called uniform motion. Very easy. Is it clear? Look at here. Here the object covers equal distances. Okay, look at the object covers 2 km for first 10 minutes. Again 2 km for next 10 minutes. Again 2 km for next 10 minutes. Again 2 km for next 10 minutes. So the object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. So we can say that motion is called uniform motion. Is that understood? Uniform motion. Okay. So next one, so draw the diagram, which means graph, plot the graph. So what time? This is for time taken in minutes and distance. Time taken in minutes and distance in kilometer. So make a box to plot a graph. Okay, at 0 degree, at 0 minutes, at 0 second the object covers 0 kilometer and 10, 20, 30, 40. 0, 0, at 0 time the object covers 0 kilometer only. So next one, 10. Okay, after 10 the object covers 2 kilometer and 4 kilometer for 20 and 6 kilometer for 30 and 8 kilometer and 8 kilometer for 40. Yeah, 8. Okay, so now make a graph. Look at that. Okay, so time is taken in x-axis. Okay, time in minutes taken in x-axis. Why? Because why we should take time in x-axis? Because time is a constant. Time is a constant. That's why we have taken in x-axis. Then distance is taken in y-axis. Okay, as kilometer. So 0, this is 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Here 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, listen here. Okay, so plot the graph. Make all points. At 0 time the object covers 0 distance. At 10 minutes the object covers 2 kilometer distance. And 20 minutes the object covers 4 kilometers. Here 4 kilometers. And in 30 minutes the object covers 6 kilometers. This is 30 and 6 is here. And 40 and in 40 minutes, okay, in 40 minutes the object covers how much distance? This is 8 kilometers. Okay, so join the all points you can get. They can get this straight line. Okay, so this straight line shows the object moves uniformly. Okay, the object moves uniformly. Is it clear? So whenever the distance time graph shows straight line, the object moves in a uniform. Which means the object moves uniformly. It's understood. It's very easy. So what is uniform motion? An object covers equal distances. Okay, equal distances in equal interval of time. That is called uniform motion. So if we make a graph, we can get only straight path. So whenever the distance time graph shows a straight line, the object moves uniformly. Okay, which means that is uniform motion. Is it clear? So next one, non-uniform motion. Next one is non-uniform motion. So next one, what is that? Non-uniform motion. The title gives answer. Non-uniform motion. non-uniform. It's not a uniform. Okay, it's not a equal. So that is called non-uniform motion. So look at here. Consider one object, which means that car. The car covers 1 kilometer. The car covers 1 kilometer in first 10 minutes. Again, the car covers 6 kilometer. 6 kilometer. 6 kilometer. The car covers 6 kilometer for next 10 minutes. Again, the car covers 15 kilometer. 15 kilometer for next 10 minutes, and last 10 minutes the car covers 25 kilometer. 25 kilometers. Look at this. What is the difference here? At first the car covers 1 kilometer, and after that the car covers 5 kilometer. This means next 10 minutes the car covers 5 meter. 6 minus 1, 5 kilometer. And next 10 minutes the car covers 15 minus 6, 11 kilometer. Sorry, 9 kilometer. 9 kilometer. And next 10 minutes the car covers 25 minus 15, that is 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers. Is it clear? So here time difference 10 minutes. Here also 10 minutes. Here also 10 minutes. Here also 10 minutes. Okay, listen here. The object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time. Look at here. Time same. 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Time same. But distance covered by the object is not same. That is unequal. So the object covers unequal distance. Okay, so unequal distance in equal interval of time. That motion is to be non-uniform motion. What is that? So whenever an object covers unequal distances, which means not same, unequal distances in equal interval of time, we can say that motion is non-uniform motion. Okay, so now make a graph. Look at here. At 0 time the object covers 0 kilometer. Next 10 minutes the object covers 1 kilometer. Next 20 minutes 6, then 15, then 25. 25 kilometers. Okay, to plot a graph. So time is taken in x-axis because time is constant. Then distance is taken in y-axis. Okay, distance in kilometer and time in minutes. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40. Here 2. Okay, listen here. So plot the graph. At 0 time the object covers 0 kilometer. Next at 10 minutes the object covers just 1 kilometer. Next one 20 minutes the object covers 6 kilometer. Then at 30 minutes the object covers 15 kilometer. 15 is here. Then at 40 minutes the object covers 25 kilometers here. So connect the all points. Okay, so we can get curved paths. Okay, this is not a straight line, this is curved path. So whenever the distance time graph shows curved path, that motion is said to be non-uniform motion. You understood? Whenever the distance time graph shows curved path, that motion is said to be what is a non-uniform motion. Is it clear? So uniform, what is uniform motion? In uniform motion, the object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, but in non-uniform motion, the object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. That is the difference between uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Say some example for uniform motion. For example, the car is moving on the road constant speed. Okay, 60 km constant speed. That is example for uniform motion. So next is your example for non-uniform motion. So this is take an object. That object at rest. Okay, when we release the object certain height from the earth's surface, that object speed continuously increases. So this is the example for non-uniform motion. Here the object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Time same, time never changes. Time is a constant. Okay, but the distance covered by the object only changing. You understood? Okay, so that's all. all. Today's class getting over. So that's all today's class. You understood? Thank you.